Hi, this is Eric Martin, Report Game Geek. I'm here with Paul Bender and Christopher Bedell from Greater Than Games, looking at Lazer Ryderz in the fancy prototype box. Yeah, it's not quite finished here.
You know, it's not finished, but the distressing you see on this box isn't like that's printed on here.
That's
this is supposed to look like this
it's
old
a found game.
Right? We unearthed it.
That's
from
right.
Times of yore.
You might be able to guess what era this comes from when you look at the actual design of the box here.
Yeah.
Clearly, this is a classic.
And this is the actual dimensions of the box. This is all just like the actual art, like just kind of glued onto the actual white sample from the factory. So it's
each of
what it would be like.
each of these VHS tapes, you pull one out, and inside there's going to be a tray full of these pieces.
Yeah.
And we've got actually the prototype tray.
Yeah.
You can see here.
Okay.
That the prototype tray has all these slots for the individual pieces where they will go perfectly in there. And the pieces, the important ones that you really care about here is you've got your starting guy, and your starting guy here, he's got all this
Hologram foil.
and all of the pieces, 100% of the pieces will have those foil printing on them.
That way they look like a Trapper Keeper from like the 80s.
All right. And what you're going to do is at the start of the game, each person's going to have their start point. So do you have your start point? Paul's going to adjudicate.
Yeah. This is your start point right here.
There you go.
There you
Okay.
So we're both going to take our start point, and there's going to be various prisms already out on the board. So I don't know where those ended up, but it's fine. So there's going to be various prisms on the board that we're shooting for, and all we're going to do is we're both going to place. There you go.
Yeah,
That's a good one. That's a good
Yeah.
one. And so we're both gonna. So this is prism here. You and I are both shooting for.
Yes.
And so we're going to both place one of our start points on the board on an edge of the table. With our eyes
the board
closed.
is the whole table,
Yeah,
whatever
the
table
entire
you're
with eyes closed. And we're going to hold up a hand showing what gear we start in. 1 is the slowest gear, 5 is the fastest gear. All right, are you ready?
Yes.
All right, here we go.
Gotta close your eyes.
You gotta do this.
I'm going to start here.
Clearly, we should start here. Right?
All right.
Right.
We're good.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm in
That's right.
4.
Yeah, and you're in 3. So that's
Okay.
great.
So I'm in 4, so I get to go first because I'm going faster. And when you can either take a straight piece or a curved piece. So I'm going to take a straight piece because I don't think I want to curve over at that. But I am going to play. I'm going to take a curved piece because that's a better demo. So we don't know what the dice is. So give me that box.
It's in one of these.
It's in the big box.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
All right.
Yeah. There it is.
Possibly this is a prototype. and
It's okay
not
though.
actually.
It's okay.
Yes.
This is the way games work. Because this is going to show you the thing where you've got this die here that if I ever want to roll, if I want to turn, it's easier to turn in first gear, and it's harder to turn in 6th gear. It's really hard to turn in 5th gear rather. And so so for me, I've got to roll. I want to do a turn piece, so I've got to roll 4 or higher.
Okay.
And I did, so I can turn. So I'm going to place. Nope. I'm gonna place this piece here. So now that's my turn. Now you get to
Okay.
place a piece.
And if
And
you
if
could
you
not
didn't-
turn,
Then you
If
have
I
to play a
failed-
straight piece.
Yeah, if I
Right.
failed, if I rolled a 1, 2, or 3, I'd have to place it. Oh, you're gonna. Oh man.
Well,
okay.
clearly I
yeah, this is
spotted
good.
where that was.
And so you could at the beginning of your turn, before you did that, you could go up or down a gear, but that's good. So now I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna do another curve 4 and try to curve in. And
so
get
no,
that.
we reassess initiative at the beginning of each.
At the beginning of each turn, and since I'm still in
based
4 and
on
you said
speed.
to 3rd, now
Right.
if I had gone down a gear to 3rd and you'd gone up a gear to 4, in this new round you would go first,
Right.
Because
It's
whoever's
whoever's fastest.
Right.
Okay.
And so now I'm going to try the curve again, but I can't measure it in advance. I can't be like, is this going to work? Nope, can't do that. I have to pick my piece without measuring it and roll for it. If I don't get my roll, I did not get my roll, so I have to go straight, and this is not going to be good. Just go blazing off into the distance here.
Problem is though, I need to slow down.
Right, because if you run
Right.
into me,
So you can gear down to 2nd
So I
gear.
can gear down the second
Yeah,
gear.
no problem. You can gear down
and
up or down
this
one
at
gear.
the end.
but you can't measure.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, I am not going over where I need to go.
You're right, and you need to roll first, because if you rolled a 1, you would fail. If you roll. Nope,
There
you
you
got
go.
it, you got it.
You
So
successfully
Which
turned, but you
would have
placed a
been
turn
better to
piece.
fail.
Yeah,
Right.
but
So because now you go
case.
off it, and so when you do that, you can't see the target on either side
Yeah,
of the track. So you've got to you don't score it, and you've got to nudge it so that it's as close
it
as
would have to
possible.
nudge to here.
Yeah, as close as possible, while being kind of like a centimeter or so finger span away from every other track.
yeah. So
So
now we
now
both
it's
have
ridiculous.
to do nonsense to zoom back in. But anyway, so
Yes.
the game is played.
So really, I should have taken this.
Yeah, the
should have
shallow,
done
the
this-
shallow
hard
turn.
two. I should
Yeah,
have taken
exactly.
a shallow two.
There you
and
go.
over
And then you'd
this
be fine. You would have
and
scored it.
Convert this to my color.
Right, and then this. So you would convert that to your color, and then that moves to the front of your track, just behind the arrow, and then you can toss this back onto the field.
That's right. Closing my eyes.
Yeah, close your eyes.
I remember that. I did this.
Oh, great! And so it
here.
gets nudged. There you go.
Yep.
And so the game is played with a series of prisms already on the starting board, and it plays to whoever gets 3 prisms first. You already have a good lead, but I might be able to loop back around and cut through here. If you were to crash into my track, then you would explode all the way back to the edge. And like if I were out here at this point, if my fellow were out at the end of this thing at this point, mine would dissolve back to the starting point, but my guy would still stay out there.
Right.
All the way back.
Whereas I just have to start over again.
Yeah. And if you ever crash into the edge of the board, you also disappear.
Yeah.
Like that. So.
Yeah. You don't want to crash into somebody else's laser or into the edge of the world, but the game is played until somebody gets 3 lasers, and it tends to be a pretty good, like, 10 to 15 minute game.
There are powers as well.
There are individual
mentioned that.
powers, yes. You look at this, you got this. Where
I did take the demo. So.
It's not your first rodeo. So, like, the Galactic Wave Rider, if he wants to, as his power, he can place 2 2s in a row. That's a 3. Yep, 2 2s in a row. So instead of my regular turn, if I'm hanging out here and this is the end of my thing, instead of making my regular move, I can do 2 2s like that or 2 2s like this, and so I can kind of ride some waves. Whereas the captain, no, the sheriff, the super sheriff. The super sheriff can shoot a beam of light and disrupt somebody else's laser, and things like the shark, the laser shark. Blood shark or something.
Laser shark.
Laser shark can. They all have.
Cosmonaut.
Galactic
Wave Rider.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Laser shark. There
Laser
it is.
shark,
Yeah. The
right
laser shark can ride through. Can go into its highest gear and blast through somebody else's laser, but then they have to immediately succeed at gaining a prism, or they crash because they've gotten too greedy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And in the final game, there's a lot of cool little production details. So you see the die has glitter inside it. It's kind of cool. And then if you roll a 6 when you're trying to turn, you spin out.
Yeah.
And so you get your spin out instead of a 6, you got your little crash kind of stuff over
Okay.
there. And all the pieces have this cool prismatic effect on them. If you can see that.
Oh, you're still zoomed
yeah.
in here. All right.
Cool prismatic effect and everything. And the tray holds all the pieces. You got your straight pieces, sharp curves and shallow curves and everything for each player. So you pull out your VHS tape and it has,
And everyone has
all
their
of that character stuff in it.
Their bay of stuff.
Yep. And each of these in the final game, this is a cut through actually on here, a cut through
And
on
it'll
each
be
piece.
double-sided.
And it'll be double, yeah. And then
there's a
it has little
stand.
plastic stands. It has a stand, and then it also
Has a slider.
a
that
pink,
moves
yeah,
longer
that
to
shows
show
you
the
what gear you're in, right? And these guys stand up at the tip of your laser as you're going along. Right, so they'll stand if you're going along, and they stand there to show where you are, and it shows what gear you're in.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, it was a pretty neat game. Obviously, it adapts a lot to the size of your table.
Right.
That is the challenge.
Yep.
Trying to put that all together. We did not play with 5th gear because the table.
Right. If you have a small table, you want to play only up to four gears in total.
That's right.
And I've played with some pretty big gear tables as well. Like it really changes the games. That way, every time you play the game, you're gonna have a slightly different experience.
Yes.
So,
All right. Well, thanks very much for the overview.
of course. Thank you.
For finding this treasure.
Yeah, right. Well,
right.
At a
all
garage sale.
the designers, Anthony and Nicole, Nicola Klein and Anthony Amato designed this game, and they did a great job. We saw it at PAX East last year, which was like a year ago now.
Yep.
And then Jen Clausen, our creative director for Greater Than Games, is the one that had the genius idea to make this product be this VHS tape, this relic of history from the 80s. And between all those creative people, we're really excited about this product.
All right. Thanks for the overview. Lazer Ryderz.